Is this not going to work now? 1 second. Yeah, the ring light is just not going to work. Well, I had it fixed before, but I don't know what he did to fix it. Oh well. I guess we'll do it without the ring light. That's okay. Has to be on the stand anyway. So, welcome to my very boring live stream called Cleaning My Kitchen. It's going to be terrible without that light. Let me just try. I'll try again. Dun, dun, dun. Hey! Third time lucky. What do you reckon? So, yeah, the lighting's pretty awful again. That's okay. That's okay. So, we are going to be either leaving because we're bored. Well, you can, but I can't. I've got to actually clean my kitchen. Or you can hang around and watch me do my dishes. Why would I do this? I've seen other people do this, and for some reason, some people just like watching it. I will be doing another live stream later. Actually, maybe 2 different live streams later. One will be for tarot readings, and one will be for just talking and chatting. But this one is cleaning. So if cleaning is not your thing, bye. But otherwise, maybe find it relaxing and, you know, enjoy. I have only cold water. Don't judge me. Oh no, it's going to splash everything. Okay. I do have some Prill. Oh, thank God. Oh God, buckets and buckets of stuff to clean here. Don't you just hate it when you've got all these dishes to do? It's like, why? I'd literally just rather make a sandwich and be done with it. Do you know what I mean? I hate cooking. If you cook food and then you got to do like the saucepans and everything like that, it's like, oh, why? And to anyone that's going to be like, oh my God, she's not even using hot water. Well, I don't have a hot water system, so, and I mean, I could use the kettle, but I don't have a plug and the sink is kind of giant, so it would take me like hours to get the kettle going, to have enough water. Hot water. So, but you know, this is like if you're camping in Australia, although some people are fancy, they like heat up their water when they're camping. I never did. Just kind of like rough it, do you know what I mean? That's kind of what it's like for me, just roughing it, Aussie style, but in Egypt. So, just get a saucepan lid. How interesting. Not. You're about as excited as I am to do dishes. Did you do your own dishes and now you're sitting down to relax and watch YouTube? And you're like, oh yay, now I've got to watch Maryam do dishes. How exciting. Yeah? Well, it's got to be done. Yeah, so I noticed in Egypt it's really common that a lot of people have, you know, the rack up there instead of on the actual sink. And in a way it's kind of handy, you know, but in another way, like if you stand too close to the sink, all the water like drips onto you and it's like, I'm getting saturated. Stop judging me, I can feel it. I can feel the judgment, besties. I'm scrubbing. There's enough dish liquid, okay? Nobody has died so far. Of course, you know, when you have a rental accommodation, most people, I'm told, most people just buy their own hot water system and connect it up to their rental. And then when you move house, you disconnect it and take it with you to the next house. Now, when I was told that, I thought it was a joke. Because in Australia, you know, for the most part, the house is going to come with hot water. Do you know what I mean? And probably we could have bought one by now, but you know, I don't know what it is. I'm just like weirded out by the idea. Like, why? I think like if I owned the house, I would be like, yeah, I'm going to go out and buy a hot water system. Do you know what I mean? But renting the house is kind of like, I don't know. And of course, rental contracts include wording like, you know, if you're 1 day late with the rent for any reason, and I'm not sure that this would actually happen or not, but contractually by law, that for any reason, if you were late with the rent, that anything in your house can be seized legally. So I can't imagine forking out, you know, a family forking out to pay for hot water system, and maybe, you know, sometimes you've got money in the bank and you can't get it out because, you know, the money runs out in the bank here from the bank and it's going to be refilled. Like, what if you were late for a legitimate reason and like your stuff can be seized? And again, I'm not saying that's what would happen here, but that's what contracts say. Rental contracts state this in Egypt. So I'm just like, I'm not really willing to risk it. Yeah. Which I know a lot of people will be like, well, but then you don't have hot water. Yeah. So I'm raw dogging the dishes with cold water and a bunch of dish liquid, but it seems to come up clean enough. And that's okay for me. Of course, something's going to require a bit more soaking when you don't have that hot water. As for like showers and stuff, hang on, there's a bit of food in the sink. Ugh. It's like tomato or something. Delicious. Anyway, let's put it in the bin. What was I saying? As for showers, you know, not having a hot shower. Well, you can get away with cold showers, you know, if you use a lot of soap and that kind of thing, and you're hygienic and that kind of thing. Yeah. But what I've found is like, if I'm really craving a hot shower, or if in fact the weather is like so cold, and I'm like, if I use the freezer temperature water to have a shower, I might die, or get pneumonia. What I do is I use my kettle and heat up water, and it takes me about 2 hours because, you know, when the kettle gets too hot, it shuts itself down. It takes me about 2 hours to fill up 2 buckets with hot water, and I'll like use a container to like scoop up mixed hot water to wash my hair and stuff like that. And that can be like a bit of a cold water relief, do you know what I mean? Summertime, I think, you know, you really wouldn't care too much. You'd just be like, yes, I'm nice and cool, do you know what I mean? But there is the odd, you know, evening, like I've left it too late, it's getting cold, it's balls cold, do you know what I mean? And it's like, oh God, definitely would be getting the kettle out then. But if you prepare, have your showers like when it's, you know, daytime, the warmest part of the day, if you can. If you can't and you need one when it's cooler and you don't have the 2 hours to fill up the buckets, I tell you, whew, she's chilly. And by she, I mean me. I'll be frozen. I like wrap myself up in so many different layers to get warm again. But then it's like, well, it needed to happen. Do you know what I mean? It had to happen. And don't cry about it. And of course, I've cut my hair a few months back. So, you know, my hair doesn't take 3 days to dry. It just takes like, you know, a couple of hours. Since coloring my hair, like it takes a little bit longer than it did before I colored my hair. Of course, because it's more porous after bleaching. Now, I'm just literally, I'm not joking. Everyone's gonna be like, ew, but I have to tell you, I have to share this with you. When I've washed the cutlery, I just shake it off and then I throw it into the drawer wet. I don't dry it. Now, I'm not joking. Does not go moldy, does not damage the cabinetry because the air in Egypt is so dry, even when it's cold. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm serious. You're just kind of like, clean now? Yeah, good. I'm just going to throw them in the drawer. They're wet. They're wet. I've seen people do it with saucepans as well. And you go in the next day and you take the saucepan out, even if there was a little bit of water in the saucepan, it's evaporated. It's gone. So it's prayer time, but I'm exempt right now. And nobody needs to know why. It's my business. So don't judge me, obviously. It's not compulsory for me right now. Oh God, I just found a pan of rice. It's not like a full pan of rice, it's just like, I need to throw it out. I'm gonna have to get my hands in there. It's gonna be like, ooh. But first I've got to do this. What's this one? I think this had bamia in there. Bamia is okra, which is I can smell it now. It's making me hungry. It's making me hungry. Yeah, bamia is like one of my all-time favorite things to eat in Egypt because so good. So good. I also really like pizzella. But bamia, ooh, bamia. So good. So delicious. Should I just rinse it out first? Oh, it's so messy. Let's put a lot of dish liquid in there. You ready? I'm not going to overdo it. But it's not overdo it than to underdo it, people, because you don't want it to be like not clean. Oh my God, that looks like vomit. Okay. I thought at this age that, you know, with my children having been grown up and, you know, me kind of like moving on with my life, that onto different things now that I'm older, that I wouldn't be doing dishes. I literally thought I'll just have girl dinner for the rest of my life and never have to clean again. But if you get married again, you got to have like proper meals. You can't just have girl dinner. If you have girl dinner, it's unsatisfactory. So not having girl dinners and having, you know, married lady dinners, there's so much cleaning after. It's horrendous. I hate it. And it's like, why? You could cook for 3 hours and then you got to clean for like 45 minutes to an hour. And it just takes 10 minutes to eat it. Like, why? I prefer girl dinner any day. This one is like, it looks clean, but it's not. When I woke up today, I went straight to the freezer and got out a big bag of frozen sliced oranges. Because Portugal, I really love Portugal. I love oranges when they're frozen. When they're not frozen, I'm like, eh. But like after waking up and you feel like you're dehydrated and you just start eating frozen oranges, oh my god, it was so good. It was so sweet and delicious. I'm gonna put this one up on the shelf even though it's wet. This colander, this needs a scrub, I'm telling you. Let's get it wet first. I feel like cleaning the kitchen is like a necessary thing for like everyone, but it's also unnecessary. I'm like, it's like, isn't there another way to live? You know what I mean? When you don't have to be, everyone's screaming, girl dinners, yeah. Yeah. Like, literally, I would prefer it. I would literally go raw food vegan diet just not to do dishes. I'll just be like, what am I having for dinner? A tomato, a carrot, a piece of celery. Do you know what I mean? An apple, a banana. I feel like this is wasted time in my life. Completely wasted. Now, the colander also will dry on its own up in the cupboard. Bye-bye, colander. Dun, dun, dun. Da-da-dum. Da-dum. Hello. People are coming and going. They're coming because they think something interesting might be happening, and then they're going because I'm just doing the dishes. Hello, people. This is a live stream doing the dishes. Am I going to apologize? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's get these in here. Really just, I thought I could do a live stream talking, but haven't live streamed for ages, and you know, like if you don't do it for ages and then you do, you feel really weird and nervous, and you're just kind of sitting there waiting for other people to talk. So I was like, oh, I'm too nervous. But if I'm talking and blah 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 and doing the dishes, well, maybe I'll get back into live streams and then I'll be relaxed conversations and stuff. It's a start. Look, just a bit. It's a start, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just try to drip that off. Of course, I'm wearing my scrubby, dirty clothes to do the dishes because, you know, ordinarily I wouldn't be wearing this to do the dishes. There's so much more clothing to be worn when other people see you, and of course the dishes and the slime and the dish liquid and the water is just going on everything, unfortunately, but I kind of preempted that. I knew it would happen, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to wear my scrubby dubbies, my gross clothes, my grubby clothes, why not, to do the cleaning, yeah. I love this tray, this one here. It's so cute. My beautiful mother-in-law gave me this. It's got a teapot and cute flowers and stuff. Yeah, I love it. Use it, literally I use it every day. It's so good. What was this used for? Had salad in here. Salad bits everywhere. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick it out of the sink. Disgusting. Absolutely revolting, darling. course, if I put meat in here or something like that, it'd give a bit of a harder scrub, but I just put some salad in there, so light scrub's good enough. It's not going to fit up there, so once again, we're going to be gross and just shake it off and then put it on top of my cupboard. There it goes. Right. What the heck noodle is that? Scrub. Bits of everything. Well, it's looking kind of okay. Not really. Oh, here's that old rice. I've got to get rid of the old rice. Now this is going to be gross. I don't think I'm going to use my hands directly, okay, because that would be yucky. Just get like a plastic bag, and I'm going to stick my hand in the bag, okay? I don't want to get all over my hands, all right? I'm going to go into the scoop. It's not moldy or anything like that. It's just like been sitting there. Could be deemed a waste of plastic bags. However, it's better than getting grease all over my hands, don't you think? Mike, misguided. Hey, hello, how are you, two of you? Oh, it's just me doing the dishes right now. Mike, how are you? Catherine says, you're welcome, Nancy. Please hit the thumbs up button. Hi, Barley Talks and Shares. Hi. This is a live stream about nothing. Oh. Turn this off for a minute. I don't want to waste all that water. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh God. I might have to soak this one. Yeah. Because there's no hot water, I'm just going to have to soak it. And there's gross bits of salad in the sink. Okay. Hilarious. Clean that a little bit. Oh my God, there's water going everywhere. So, whack in the dish liquid. And we're going to whack in the water. Try to get that rice down to the bottom of the pan. But I'm not going to scrub it now. I'm just not. It can soak for like 5 hours. Put the lid on it so the cats don't drink it. Oh my God. Can we get an even flow here, people? I don't even know. Now, please don't judge me when I turn the camera around, okay? The rest of the kitchen is smells, I'm telling you. Let me cleaning the hot plate section, which is uber disgusting. Yeah. Oh my God. You just wouldn't believe it, would you? How gross my kitchen is. I try sometimes. There's some rubbish here. We don't like to throw out plastic bags because, you know, then you don't have to buy garbage bags. You just stick them in the drawer if they're not grubby. And, oh my God, where did this come from? Got some random packs of rice here, okay. Awesome. This is clearly ruined piece of furniture. Lift there off the chair. I don't know what that is. It's in the bin. Oh God. Everywhere, stuff everywhere. Okay, let's try to make some room. What's with all the alfoil? Oh my God. Chopsticks. I'm liking chopsticks for samyang noodles. I'll get some eventually. Rubbish, more rubbish. Oh my god, where did this rubbish come from? I don't even know. That should be, oh, what? Oh. The drawer is stuck in the drawer. Okay. Put it in there. Oh. Well, that's really dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that. Okay. Maybe I should put the rice that's open in a bag. Okay. Rice. Okay, that'll do. I already did the floors today. However, after cleaning the kitchen, I always like to do them again, but I'm not going to do them now. And why, you might ask? Because I'm lazy and I don't want to. Obviously. Give the sponge a bit of a wash. Make sure it's nice and clean. Okay. This little hot plate, I use for like everything. So I really hope it holds out until I can get something new. It's definitely on its way out again, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Yeah, yucks. Rinse that off again. Guys, what do you do when you're cleaning your kitchen? Do you like play music or something? That's what I usually do. I'm usually like, you know, play music, dance around. Of course, I can't do that on camera. That would not be appropriate for me. Now, I didn't say it's not appropriate for you. Maybe you want to do that, but not for me. However, that's usually how I get things done. Like, I'll pump up the music, dance around, get a bit crazy, and it's amazing how quickly the kitchen will get clean. Or the rest of the house, of course. Yeah. I find that music definitely helps, like, get you in a mood, an energetic mood. Of course, sometimes I'll clean up a little bit better than this, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, let me give it a once over with the dish liquid there. And that'll do, laddie. Yeah. I'm just going to clean the sponge. It's disgusting. I'll keep the camera where it is, besties, because I might actually make a coffee. An Egyptian coffee, if you're still there. Just getting the grease off my hands. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, this saucepan just tried to fall on my head, okay, when I was trying to get this, the Egyptian coffee maker. How dare it try to fall on my head? Very rude, not very demure. Oh, so we've got the little coffee pot. Should we bring the camera closer now? Whee! My hands are wet. dry them. My grubby clothes, my scrubby grubbies. I don't know if you can see that. No, that's the cupboard. There it is, the bench. Amazing. I'm gonna need, oh, one of these cups I cleaned is still dirty. Okay, we'll put that back in the sink. We're gonna need this very clean coffee glass. Okay, it's clean, it's clean, it's clean, people. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to unplug the ring light, aren't I? Yep. So if I suddenly look haggard and so much older, it's because the ring light is off. There's only one PowerPoint and I'm using it. Oh, I'm sorry for scaring you with my face without the beauty filter of the ring light. I'm so sorry. Let's put that on number 5, which is the hottest. She's hot. Just going to put a little bit of water in this carafe. Okay. And where's the little coffee spoon? Here's a normal teaspoon, okay? And here's the little teaspoon that you use for the coffee. So you can understand the difference there. If you didn't already know, of course. Of course, yeah. What's this? Yeah, I pre-packaged a little bit of coffee because I was running low. And I was like rationing it out for myself so that I wouldn't miss out. Because everybody knows that me without coffee is not a good idea. It's not. Coffee relaxes me so much. It relaxes my brain. Without coffee, I'm very, very bipolar, I'm telling you now. And this has already got a little bit of sugar in it, if it's a packet, I think it is. It's going all over the bench. I just cleaned it. The audacity. Please. I don't want to waste any. And mix it in with the tiny little midgety spoon. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, it's going everywhere. Now, excuse me, bitch. Don't think that this is the right way to make coffee. I tried, but the way to make coffee in Egypt, I tried. What can I say? Just gonna add some more water. I think you're supposed to do that before, but here's the thing, like, if I do it and then I put the coffee in, then the coffee overflows and goes, like, out. So we're just gonna put it on the hot plate, just like that. And I might clean the bench, that's disgusting. I just can't, I make mess everywhere I go, I swear it. It's unavoidable for somebody like me. I'm a klutz. And I don't mean that in a mean way, I'm just saying I am. Oh my god. Yeah, so now I just stand here doing absolutely nothing, waiting for the coffee. That's all the entertainment I can really offer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Certainly it won't overflow for at least a minute. So I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna get something. Has everybody left? Oh my God, you didn't go? Why? Like nothing is happening, besties. Nothing. It's so not exciting. Mix, 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 mix. I put this little red ribbon on my little spoon. I think it's red. It's red, right? I have a variation of color blindness. So sometimes I think things are red, but they're pink. Or like sometimes I think things are like green, but they're blue. Or sometimes I think things are gray, but they're blue. Like I can't see it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it looks like red to me. Is it red? I'll watch this back. Tell me, is it red? It looks red to me. I'm not sure. There's so many different shades and it's confusing. Come on, coffee. I want to relax. Ha 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 ha. Might take my coffee into the other room and sit on the chair and have chats. If anyone's sticking around. If you're not, that's cool. But yeah, I've got to have the coffee. The coffee's got to come with me. I have earned this coffee. Did you see all that cleaning I did? Of course, I can't show you the floor because there's shit everywhere. I have to redo the floors tomorrow. I already did them. Except for this one spot where there was like a little bit of chocolate ice cream on the floor and I missed it. Because, don't judge me, I put a little bit of chocolate ice cream on the floor for the otters, for the cats. They love chocolate ice cream. It's just like half a teaspoon each. Oh my God, they went wild. Wild. But then it left like, you know, ice cream on the tiles and I was like, I was going to clean that up. And then I was like, no. And then when I cleaned it, it's like my brain didn't register that it was there and I like mopped around it. So yeah, I've got ice cream on my floor. But then I thought I'll clean my kitchen and then I'll mop the floor again. But I think I've done the kitchen, but I think I'll mop the floor tomorrow, like after the garbage has been taken out, because otherwise then I've got to mop the floor after the garbage goes. So how many times am I going to mop the floor in a day? Like, oh, annoying. Look, she's coming to the top. So when it gets to the top, you tip the top part out. Give it a little mixy mix, not too much. And then you take the spoon out. I'm so sorry. If you're wearing earphones, I'm so sorry. Now, you wait until it rises to the top. And then just before it like explodes out of it, you grab it and pour it into your cup. Hopefully. Sometimes that doesn't happen and just shit goes everywhere. But I tried to make Egyptian coffee so many times. It tastes so much better and it's stronger as well. Like the flavor is stronger. The coffee effect is stronger. It's so worth spending 15 minutes trying to cook your coffee. Yeah. No. But yeah, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Yalla, hurry up. Oh, here she comes. I'll turn it off here. Yep, she's at the top now. And then you got to do this thing where you lift it up and you make the bubbles for effect. So, if you're Egyptian, tell me, is this a good Egyptian coffee or did I stop? I tried, besties. I tried. I hope this is my thumbnail. But it's going to taste balls to the walls, people. That's an Australian saying. Don't even try to decipher it. Now we're going to go through the rest of my messy house to get to the chair to sit down, to do nothing and relax. Here we go. Stop judging my wrinkles. The ring light is not on and I'm old. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so much better. Oh no, the ring light tripod is broken. I'm trying not to drop everything. Okay, let's see if I can not knock my coffee over. That would be miraculous, darlings. Of course, it's more difficult when you are, oh my goodness, when you're, wow, so many comments here. I didn't see that. Okay, I'm going to plug in the ring light so that I don't frighten myself. Somebody said that I'm heavily filtered on my photo. Yeah, it's called Snapchat. Why wouldn't I want to look more pretty? What, you want to look at my craggy face when I look back at my videos, please? There's nothing wrong with using a filter. If people can go out and get Botox or wear makeup, then if I'm not wearing makeup, what's wrong with wearing a filter? Wearing makeup is like wearing a filter, and that's, you know, people like wearing makeup and that looks pretty. Damn, I'm dehydrated. Okay. I don't know. Might actually go on the laptop because if anyone comments, the comments appear faster on here on the laptop, and I don't want to be just sitting here like going when nobody's talking when they are, and then it might be annoying. So let's try to find where we are. Oh, careful, don't knock over the coffee. The cup of joe. Oh my God, it smells so good. Plugged in the ring light, why isn't it on? Hello? Watch, my beauty will go up 50%. Magic. Oh, amazing, look at that. Okay. Everyone's like, not really, but yeah. Light to the face is good. Well, this should be easy. Just click on the live. Why is my face so close? Oh my God. Go into the live stream. Do it. Anyone that wears hijab, do you get annoyed with your hijab? Sometimes you're like, oh, it's perfect, it sits right. And other times you're like, oh my God, it's like clinging. And it's very annoying. Oh my God, wow, there's so many comments. I thought like people wouldn't even like go in when they see I'm like scrubbing my dishes. Did you guys miss me? I missed you guys. Listen, don't judge me, okay? The lights on my face would give me a headache. Yeah, I did have an old ring light before and it would kind of like flicker, and sometimes it would even give me a migraine or just like a regular headache, and oh, I hated it, especially doing like eating mukbangs and then the light triggering me off. Sometimes I would have to finish the mukbang because I felt sick from the lighting. Yeah, that can make a huge difference. Joan, how's every little thing? Could be better. Could be better. But did I die? No, so everything's good. Are you familiar with that meme? But did you die? No, well, you're okay then. What's this about? Cream cheese frosting? Oh my God, I love cream cheese frosting, especially on orange and poppy seed cake. Oh, that's elite. Or anything chocolatey, or just anything really. It could be vanilla, could be anything. Cream cheese frosting goes with, name one thing that you can't have cream cheese frosting with. It's so good. It's good. Yeah. Yes, Joan, you get it. And of course, my father always used to say, you know, when I'd whinge about something or something terrible happened, my father would go, let me ask you a question. And I'd be like, okay. And he'd be like, are you 6 foot under. And I'd be like, huh? And he'd be like, are you dead? And I'd be like, no. And he'd be like, why are you complaining? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Anything could happen, and you'd just have to be like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Sure, no, but did you die? I'm way overdoing that joke. It's a dad joke too. I like it. Are you talking about 2 cakes? So you got a cake and then you got it replaced with another cake? Did you keep the original cake and now you have 2? Am I reading that right? You say, I have 2. Mike says he has 2. 2 what? 2 cakes? What is Catherine saying? Happy accident, Mike. Yeah, Catherine, that is a happy accident. That would be a delicious accident. Oh, carrot cake is delicious. Is it carrot? Tea and a slice of carrot cake. Stop. Oh, yes, coffee. Please hit the thumbs up button. Well, you know, if people don't, I understand. My daughter explained this to me, that she wanted to give me a thumbs up, but it will change your algorithm to other videos which are similar. So if you don't actually like the video, you shouldn't give a thumbs up. But if you do like the video, yeah, sure, that would be super handy. I'd appreciate it. Sebastian Mosquita says, you're in Egypt? Yes, I'm in Egypt. I'm Australian and I'm married to an Egyptian man and we're in Egypt together. And maybe I've been here more than a year. Yep, that'd be right. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, we're in Egypt. Who's spamming? Fingerboarder. What the fuck? Who is that? Kyle Roots. Were you born Muslim or are you a revert? Oh, I'm a revert. Yeah. Which is why, you know, I might act a bit different to the average Muslim. I mean, I try to be a good Muslim, but it's a lot of work and, you know, it doesn't always come naturally. You know, some things are easy and some things are not. But I try. This person was spamming. Some people don't understand about spamming, so I try not to judge. I wonder if it was a person or a bot. But if it's a person, you're welcome here. You're welcome to come and hang out. Unless, of course, you're a child. These videos and live streams are for adults. Thanks for updating us on Lola. We miss her. She's such a sweet girl. You know, I miss her too. And I don't know, somebody reminded me recently to do an update on Lola. And I thought, I was on the phone with my daughter and Lola was there. And I was like, I'm just going to video her for a minute and then cut the ends of the video off so I'm not in it because, you know, talking to my daughter, I wasn't wearing hijab. So, and my daughter didn't want to be in the video. So I just clipped it at where Lola was and took a photo of her. And yeah, she's doing really well. She is getting, you know, on a bit. She's getting a bit older, but I think for her age that she's quite healthy. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Samantha, babe. How are you? How are you, darling? Catherine says, I enjoyed, oh, what's this pop-up? How dare you? Block my chat. I enjoyed tagging along to pick up the bread. The sounds of Egypt fascinate me. On that morning, the birds were chirping and singing away so nice. Yeah, it is nice. Like it's cool when there's lots of people around, but it's also cool when there's like just a handful of people around and people are scarce in the streets because it can get so crowded and noisy and overwhelming even. So it's nice to go for a walk when it's not so hustle bustle, that's for sure. But it was cold. It was really cold. And the phone made it look more light than it was. So it was actually quite dark when we went out. But yeah, it was an enjoyable walk. It was nice to get out of the house. Oh, I wish it was like smell-o-vision, if everyone could smell the bread, the freshly baked bread. Oh my God, it was so good. It smelled so nice. Oh, finally having a moment to relax is nice. It's nice. It's nice, besties. Yep. Oh God. Yep. I'm just enjoying the moment. You have to do that sometimes. You have to be like, yeah, this is my 5 seconds to relax. I need this. There's going to be a few changes coming up. I can't tell you what they are yet. Oh gosh. Some of them I don't even know the result of myself. I'll just be patient and just wait. And other things I know that are going to happen, that are going to be changes, but I just can't tell anyone yet. And it's like, oh my God, I want to tell everyone, but I can't yet. It's not about going to Australia, it's something else. It's other stuff. But yeah, there's going to be a few changes and I'm just going to have to go with the flow. But yeah, I won't go deep into it. You just have to see. You just have to watch, I guess, if you want to. And those changes could happen anywhere between the next 24 hours to a maximum of less than a month. So, oh my God. When it comes to change, like I get really nervous, even if it's a small change. So, oh, I thought that was on my camera screen. It's on my face. What is that? Oh my God, I'm getting a pimple. So yeah, the whole thing is like stressing me out. And again, I can't even say what it is, but what can you do? Like if something's out of your control, then you just have to write it out, wait, see what the results are. And oh, you like this apartment? The floors are nice, yeah. But I noticed that when I clean them, they're dirty 2 minutes later. It's so annoying. And I have to get my carpets cleaned because, because Wasabi like gave birth on one of the carpets, and the carpet is now unusable. Of course, I didn't want her to give birth on the tiles. That wouldn't have been comfortable for her. I still haven't done a video about that yet. So yeah, the carpets are like rolled up and ready to be taken to the dry cleaners, and and so I've just got the bare floors, and every time I clean the tiles, they look so pretty and so perfect, and yeah, 2 to 5 minutes later, they're just grubby again. It's like, oh, that's so annoying. Years and years ago, I lived in a like a villa style apartment, and I chose the flooring myself, and it was like floating floorboards, and the color of them was that they looked fresh and bright, but if they got dirty, you really couldn't tell that they were dirty. So I would clean them like relentlessly, thinking I'm not sure if they're dirty or not because you couldn't tell. But it was good because like they wouldn't show up every mark. I kind of miss having that type of flooring. Yeah, Catherine, I'm gonna have to do a video about that one. I would rather not talk about it now. I'm sorry. If you see the video when I post it, I will put it with a trigger warning. Yeah. But wasabi is okay, and that's the main thing. Yeah. Oh God, I have to change the subject. I'm sorry. I'm going to sip my coffee. Oh my God, I've got an eye twitch. If you decide to watch the video, then you'll understand. You'll understand. I completely forgot about making that video. Oh God. I filmed the whole experience, but I know without rewatching the birth that I can't post it. I had to get rid of the video. It's very bad. Anyway, moving on. Hot damn. The coffee is good. Anyone else drinking coffee? Are you eating cake? Is anyone still here? Coffee, cake, tea. That's the way to be. Oh, I needed that. I swear the coffee is touching my soul. I have to go to the doctor again. I don't know, next week or sometime after. I went to the doctor, I don't know, last week or the week before. And I'm finding that I'm needing more doctor visits, and I'm going to make a video about that for ladies only. Just having some problems. Ladies. Anyway, again, can't go into that. It's for ladies only. What else? What else can I talk about? This coffee is good. I'm not lying. This coffee is good. 1 cup a year. Oh God. I used to live my life without coffee too, and I was insane. For me, coffee replaces ADHD medication. Like, it keeps me even. And I know this is a bit controversial to say. I even think it helps me with my bipolar disorder. I don't know why. It just does. Oh, the best. Of course, you don't drink the bit at the bottom because it's like the sludge of the coffee, but the very last bit before that, it's like ganache. I don't care if you're not supposed to drink that bit. It tastes good. It really does. Like hot chocolate more. Do you drink hot chocolate like regular chocolate or dark chocolate? Or all sorts? Do you drink white chocolate? Or flavored chocolate like choc mint? Or is it just like Cadbury hot chocolate? Milk? Oh, that's like the regular chocolate, yeah? What is this? My computer's telling me it needs to update. Why now? It's not going to happen, Mish. Who is this? Ayan? Hi, Ayan. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, we're just talking about hot chocolate, drinking hot chocolate or coffee or tea. I tried white hot chocolate a couple of times, like at a cafe, and it was like, I'm not a big sweet tooth, but it was so nice. So nice. But like after, I felt like I'd had too much sugar. Yeah, I like milk chocolate for hot chocolate, or dark chocolate, probably, yeah, even more, like so nice. But yeah, if you're not a coffee drinker, definitely hot chocolate is a really good replacement. And it's supposed to be really good for your heart as well. Yeah. It was, I'm not joking, it was like drinking straight sugar. I was like, this tastes good. But then I'm like, uh-oh. It's going to make me go mental afterwards. Uh, it's just after 5 a.m. here now. What time is it where you guys are? Something on my nose. I think it's cat hair. Eh. Mm. You've been up all night? No, I slept for like two separate parts of the day. I felt really, really like sick and had a terrible headache, and my face was puffy, and I was just like really like not in a good condition. So I slept. And so now I'm like wide awake. But saying that, sometimes even if I have been up during the day, then when it gets to nighttime, it's like I get a second wind and I'm like a night owl. I can't sleep. Do you know what I mean? Or I'll go to bed, I'll try to sleep, and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm gonna have to get up now. It's really weird. Or worse, like I might not sleep for 3 days. Like, or I get to my fourth day and I'm like, I'll sleep for 2 hours. And then I'll get to my fifth day and then I'll sleep for 12 hours. And then it'll just, the process repeats. I'm just insane when it comes to sleep. I hate it. And then when I sleep when I'm forced, my body is forcing me to sleep. Is anyone else like that? It's horrible. Like, if you're a person that can go, okay, it's 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to sleep now. I wish I could be like that. My mind just doesn't stop. It doesn't slow down. Here it's just after 9 p.m. Oh, well, that's not good. Yeah, no, it's not good because it makes you a bit mental. Although I think like a lot of, it's not always the case, but a lot of other people have told me, like, if they're quite creative or they're like into creative things, I notice that a lot of people like that have insomnia. Not everyone, but a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? The second I lay down, I'm out, but then I'm up 3 hours later. Yeah, it can be like that as well. Yeah. Like today, I was like that. I was like, oh, maybe I should take a sleep. I feel really bad. And I swear my head hit the pillow and I was just out, same. And then, a few hours later, I get up, go bathroom, get a drink. I think, oh, I could just stay up, but maybe I'll just sleep for another hour. But then an hour turns into 5 hours because I feel like I'm going to die. And then it's like, again, the second my head hits the pillow, and there was no waking me up. I was just not good. Do you know what I mean? But 3 hours for a sleep, like, maybe you feel like you've had a sleep and maybe you feel like you haven't. I guess it depends on the person. Feel like sometimes, like, the longer you sleep, the more tired you could be. Like, you could get more exhausted. Like, when I find that if I sleep for 4 hours, no more, no less. If I sleep for 4 hours and I wake up, I'm good to go. If it's less than 4 hours, I'm like, yeah, no, I feel like I really can't do this. If it's more than 4 hours, it's just like, I slept so much, but why am I tired? Like, and my body is exhausted again. Terrible. What is this popping up on my screen? How dare you, the audacity. Oh, where did she go? Bloody hell. Oh, now I've got to find it again. I'm thinking after this that, like, after the live stream, that is, when I've just had enough of, you know, when I feel like I'm going to have time to myself, that probably I'll watch a movie on YouTube. You know how you can get those free movies that you don't have to pay money for? Well, obviously, if they're free, you don't pay money for them. You know what I mean? I'm just over-explaining for no reason. What did I miss? That must be the ADHD. Yeah, I think so. Like, just once the brain starts firing, that's it. You're done for. Everything is like, and I think when I referenced having coffee as being similar to ADHD medication, it's like, I don't know if you've seen those like clips about people that have ADHD and they take their medication and suddenly the voices in your head stop. That sounds really insane. Don't get scared. But for me with ADHD, it's just a constant stream of me talking to me about what I've got to do, or just information coming in and information going out. And it's just constant thought process. But if I have a coffee, particularly a nice strong one, because coffee is a stimulant and ADHD medication is a stimulant. And a doctor told me this, that if you have a really, really strong coffee, it can be the same as ADHD medication for a shorter period of time. And it really works for me. Like, it's like there's all this noise in my head, and then I have the coffee, and then I'm like, whoo, where did it all go? And I can focus, and I can go, oh, and now I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I actually get something done. It's amazing. But without it, oh my God. Like, I could be alive, but I could be like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this first. But if I do this, I'm going to do that first. And then I'm just like, yeah. To people that say ADHD is not real, like, excuse me, spend a day in my brain. The second I lay down, I'm out, but then I'm up 3 hours later. Yeah. Yeah. But do you feel refreshed? Do you feel like the sleep was a good idea? Medieval times, people would go to sleep, then wake up, do some chores, then go back to sleep. They called it second sleep. Yeah, I read that somewhere too, Joan. No, I didn't read it. I saw it on a Facebook clip. Same. But I think, particularly for people like myself who run out of energy sometimes, and it could happen to anyone, but you might have like high pain days and you might have to stop and start with things. You know, taking a nap, or at least laying down for a short time and then going about your business after, like whatever you got to do, your jobs, cleaning, whatever, that works for me. That works for me, definitely. A lot of other people would be like, yeah, nah, I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? But a bit of a siesta, sometimes that's a good idea. But I am usually productive during the 2 sleeps. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's how you could measure, is it successful, by how are you functioning? That's a really good point, Mike. Are you getting stuff done? rather than just thinking about doing it and procrastinating. That's a completely different thing. That's horrible, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Everyone's like, no, I would never want to see another live stream like this again. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, the coffee doesn't wake me up. The coffee makes me focus. But then if I have a little bit too much, instead of waking me up more, I then feel like I need to go to sleep and I struggle. So that should be the test for ADHD. Just give kids coffee. And if they suddenly focus and then within an hour they get sleepy, that's ADHD for sure. You've really missed my live streams? But my live streams are just not very exciting. Do you know what I mean? I always think, oh, I'm going to live stream and I'm going to talk about this, this, and this. And I think, that's really boring. Why would I do that? That's stupid. Like, I don't know. I think sometimes people just like hanging out. That's the best way. If you plan it too much, it's like, I know some people do live streams and videos and they've got a script, like an actual script. How do you do that? That would feel so weird to me. I would be like off the script. I'd be like off like a frog in a sock. No, I can't do it. It's going to be natural. Yeah. Oh. Oh my God. Is anyone going to be offended if I have another cigarette? Anyone? Is anybody going to have a problem with that? I'm supposed to have quit by now. And I said I was going to and I haven't done it. I've cut down, yeah, but not enough. Not enough. I just, and this is like an excuse. Of course, I'm not going to say it's not an excuse. It's an excuse. It's an excuse that I'm making. Because my stress levels have gone up, I'm like, I cannot possibly quit right now. Too much is happening. I can't even go into it. So if I try to quit now while my stress is at 1 million instead of 10, am I going to go insane? Am I going to go off the deep end, do or say something really stupid, make a life-changing mistake? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's my thoughts about giving up smoking right now. I'm just like, could I really put my foot in it because I like lose it? Because I'm so stressed by quitting during one of the most stressful times of my entire life. Should I just wait? Try to reduce a little more. And again, it sounds like an excuse, but like for those of us that, if anyone can identify, have problems regulating their emotions, okay? And then you take something like giving up smoking, and when I do it, I'm going to go cold turkey and I'm just never going to touch them again. And I know I can do it, but I just don't want to like give myself a breakdown. Does that make sense? I need some normalcy in my life during a very stressful time. And yeah, and that's why I haven't quit yet, because I'm just like, yeah, no, I might actually lose my mind. I might actually just lose it. And that wouldn't be good. That could have a big effect on my life if I don't hold it together. Do you know what I mean? That could have a really bad effect. So yeah, that's why I haven't quit yet. Hopefully God forgives me, because it's not right for me to continue, and I should be strong enough to just be able to go, I quit. But I'm not, and I feel like I'm such a weak person for not being able to do it. But it is how it is. I'm just being honest. I quit, but I still miss it in times of stress. Well, I even miss it in normal times. Lol. Yeah. I hope I'm not encouraging you to smoke, because the fact that you've given up is just so good. And don't you hate those people that are like, it's easy to quit smoking. Like, if you feel stressed out and you want to have a cigarette, you could just have a glass of water. Have you met those people? Have you seen those checklists for quitting smoking? Are they nuts? You know what I'm saying? I can think of 1 billion things that would be more successful in maintaining the quitting of smoking than having a glass of water. When I read or hear about that, I think, did somebody come up with that who has never smoked before, never had an addiction before? Are they serious? A glass of water? Excuse me. It does. I went on vacation to stop smoking, a new environment, new things to see, and I took medication to help, but it worked. Oh, may I ask what type of medication you took? Because you feel like it helped you out. I mean, obviously, the holiday helped you out too. To this day, I still remind myself, if I don't buy them, I can't smoke them. Well, I think that's it. Like, if I was in Australia, I would quit so fast because they wouldn't be affordable. Smoking in Australia is so expensive. But because I'm in Egypt, it's like $1.50 Australian for a packet. You know what I'm saying? It's like cheaper than food. And I'm the type of person that I'll be like, I don't care if I skip a meal, I just want to have cigarettes. So that's a bad combination. So I kind of feel like the availability makes it more difficult to quit. I took Chantix. Is it Chantix or Shantix? Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy. I really wish that when I came here, I didn't start at all, because I had quit smoking for something like 21 years. I hadn't touched cigarettes, and then I was like, I'm just gonna have one, and then I haven't stopped. Of course, the time before that I quit because, 20 plus years ago, because I found out I was having a baby. And immediately I was like, no, I can't smoke when I'm having a baby. And I just stopped. It was awful quitting cold turkey, but I thought, what if it's bad for baby? Do you know what I mean? And I just stopped and I just did it. But that's not my situation now. My situation now is they're $1.50 a packet, and I don't care if I don't eat or not. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm making bad decisions. Chantix works for lots of people. Yeah. Well, I might look it up. I don't know if it's available here or what it is, but I might look it up because, yeah. It's interesting. Doesn't bother you if other people smoke. Yeah. See, I used to get cravings for them for that 21 years that I didn't touch them, but I just always knew I wouldn't touch them. Do you know what I mean? But when I arrived here in Egypt, I was so stressed out. I was like, something really awful happened on the airplane on the last leg of the trip here. I was assaulted. I was physically assaulted on the plane, and I was traveling alone. And something else happened before I got on the plane. as in the final plane to come to Egypt, something pretty traumatic. So something traumatic happened at the airport, and then I was also assaulted on the plane. And so when I arrived, and of course I was, meeting my husband for the first time in person, of course that's stressful because I've never like seen him in person. And I was like really anxious, is he going to reject me? Is he going to like me? And I was just about to like lose it. So like when he offered me a cigarette, I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, anything to calm me down right now. I have just had the most horrendous experience. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to make a video about it, but then I don't. I swear I've been traumatized by it. It was so awful. I know women like to travel on their own, and hats off to you ladies. But for me personally, if I'm going to go on an airplane again, I swear I will never in my life go on a plane without my husband. Never. That's how bad my experience was. It was so scary. And I don't mean it like just too many bad things happened to me. And I know it's not normal and I know it's not usual, but the experience was that traumatic that I can honestly say if I ever travel anywhere on a plane again, my husband will be coming with me. There's just no way I would travel alone again. And I'm a feminist. Okay, ladies? So that's telling you something. Like, I would be scared. And people go, oh, you're misrepresenting women and we're strong and it's safe to travel. If you were to hear what happened to me when I went traveling on my own, maybe I just had some bad luck on me, but too many bad things happened. I have wanted to make videos about it. And every time I go to make the video, I end up crying. And I think I can't post a video crying because I'm traumatized. It was that bad. Getting all worked up here, sorry. Yeah. Hey, I should, you know what? I think I'm going to make a video about what happened sometime this week. Yeah, I'm going to do it because it's been more than a year since it happened. I need to like push forward through the experience and move on from it. That could be therapeutic. If I cry, I cry. I'll try not to. I'm not trying to be a drama queen. I'll do hopefully a short video and tell everybody what happened. But oh my God, it's embarrassing and it's traumatic and oh my God, I will never travel alone again. Never. Anyway, my daughter, of course, she says she'll come and visit me and I'm like, you can travel with your father or you can travel with your uncle. She's like, I'm fine on my own. I'm like, remember what happened to me? And she's like, oh yeah. Yeah, no, I won't come alone. Like, and she's an ultra feminist. Do you know what I mean? Like, just the idea of it. Traumatizing. Yeah, so after this, I think I'm going to watch probably either a horror film or a thriller. I'm not sure which. I'm going to find a free YouTube movie to watch and I'm not going to be eating snacks. I'm probably just going to be doing some fasting. Not sure how long I'm going to be fasting for. And by fasting, I mean like I'll still be drinking coffee and I'll still be drinking water because my health condition, I need to keep my blood volume good because I have POTS. But yeah, I'll be off the food for a little while to get my weekly calorie count down to continue my weight loss, which is going great. So great. I need to go out and buy new pants because they don't stay up. Like, I'm not joking, it's so good. But yeah, I've still got a long way to go with weight loss, but I'm happy. It's still progressing. It hasn't plateaued yet. How is she doing? My daughter is doing great. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She was telling me that she's starting a YouTube channel. And I said to her, "Oh, do you want me to advertise it on my YouTube channel?" She's like, "No, no, no, no." I'm like, "What's your YouTube channel going to be called?" And she said she wouldn't tell me. And I'm like, "Why? How am I supposed to watch you?" And she's like, "Just give me a little time to build it first, mother." I think she wants a certain algorithm without mummy watching her. Oh, but I know it's either going to be about books because she's an absolute bookish kind of person, or it's going to be about plants, growing things, that kind of thing. Or maybe it's going to be about tarot because she's really good at tarot. She's good. I guarantee it'll be about one of those three things. So books, plants, or tarot. But yeah, I think if she comes across my algorithm, if I see her in my feed, I'm going to have to pretend that I haven't seen her. Because she'll be like, "Mom, mother, you're cramping my style." And I understand fully. I do. She wants to go do her own thing and see what she can do without me being a weirdo and weirding everybody out, I guess. Fair enough. Yeah, well, that's what I said to her, Joan. I said there's a lot of people on the channel, particularly women here, that would possibly watch that type of content. So, but she's pretty big on getting the right algorithm. Do you know what I mean? Maybe she's going for a certain audience. I don't know. But I'm just like, yay, I have to see it. And what's it going to be called? Tell me everything. And I'm like going like overboard. And she's like, "Oh God, mother, please, mother, just give me some space with this." I'm like, okay. I'm like one of those helicopter mums. I've just got to know everything. But I'm like, okay, you're an adult. Go adult. And just let me know when I can take a peek. But I'm secretly wishing that you have to change your name to watch her. Just I'll have to refrain. If I find her, I'll have to refrain from commenting. Yeah. But I would be watching every live stream, I swear. I would be laughing. But yeah, that would be weird if your mother did that. Like, I remember years ago when I first started my YouTube, my father saw on my Facebook feed that I had advertised a YouTube video, and he said, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "Why, yes, it is." And I'm like, I'm waiting for him to say something like, because back then it was me just eating copious amounts of mukbang foods. And it was before I got monetized. And I don't know, there was a bit of a mix, like I was doing storytelling and mukbangs and this kind of thing. And I was waiting because, you know, my father has an opinion on everything, of course. And, you know, he's not said this many times in my life. He said to me, "You know, Candy," because that's my birth name. He's like, "I'm really proud of you." And I was like, I could not believe he said that to me. I was like, I'm going to fall off my chair. But I remember when I was a little kid, I said to him, and it's not the same thing, obviously, but I said to him, "One day I'm going to be," and this is before like internet was like popular. Do you know what I mean? Like this is like dial-up internet time. So I didn't mean internet, I meant TV. I said to him, "One day I'm going to be on TV." And he's like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I'm going to be on TV and people can watch me in like episodes and stuff." Is that so stupid? So he was like, "I'm so proud of you." And I'm like, "What?" Of course, from the other side of the family, I was told different things like, They were embarrassed. I should be ashamed of myself. God will punish me. We'll leave it at that. But it was nice that my father said something nice. So that was a long time ago. I haven't spoken to him for so long. And yeah, I was right. I was. I I don't know. I was one of those kids that would practice doing jingles for ads, and because I used to play like musical instruments like the piano, I would make up like little jingles on the piano and sing them. And I would say to my father, I'm going to be on TV one day, and I'm going to be doing my jingles and like singing a song, a stupid little catchy little song on my TV show. Oh, it's so stupid. Anyway. Yeah, that's my birth name, so. Yeah, I think having a food related name definitely helped back then when I was doing mukbangs more because it's food related. Sometimes in Egypt, people ask me what my name was before I reverted to Islam because a lot of reverts will change their name. So obviously, my name hasn't always been Maryam. And whenever I say, oh, it was candy, they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, like halawa. And halawa is like candy, or also, you know, that sesame seed kind of block that's full of sugar. Halawa or halva. We could have it with nuts. And people, their first reaction is to laugh, like, your name is a food? I'm like, yeah. It's so funny. Yeah, definitely. When I was a kid, I always kind of like hoped that I could have a normal name. But then I have my adopted name, which is just like a normal name. But then I went back to my birth name, and now I've gone to my Islamic name. So it's weird having had so many names. It's so weird because different people from my life at different times will call me a different name. That's weird to me. And then if you ask them to call you, you know, your current name, they're like, I can't do it. Because I know you as this name, not this name. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So people call me 6 different names. A sweet nut. I'm a bit nutty. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. Definitely Joan. Definitely, yeah. Oh God, why am I talking about myself so much? That's irritating. Do you hate it when like people talk about themselves relentlessly? Being a Leo, I could just talk about myself for hours, but then I'm like, oh, that's boring. I've got to stop now. Oh, hi, Binocular Bunny. Probably. I would feel a bit uncomfortable talking about that kind of thing without whale because it involves whale. So, you know, if we're both doing a live stream together, then that kind of question, we can answer that. But I think just, you know, I have to also respect his privacy, and if there's a question that's about both of us together, then probably we should be answering it together. Or I don't know, like I don't want to breach his privacy. Does that make sense? And also I'm sure he would have his own opinions on that. Do you know what I mean? His own personal experience. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Binocular Bunny. I just yeah, I'm very careful that I want to be consistent. So yeah. He's sleeping right now, otherwise I'd just go and ask him, I guess. What does this say? INPR. Salvation is free gift. Receive Jesus as Lord and Savior. Jesus is God. Well, that might be your religion, and I respect your belief system for you, but I'm a Muslim, and in Islam, Jesus is a prophet of Islam, and we don't worship the prophets. We just worship God. But of course, you know, you being a Christian and that's your belief system, I respect your right to believe what you like. And but thanks for offering that free gift. But yeah, that's not for me. But hey, is it Easter time yet? Are you doing anything special for Easter? Friar Tuck? No. I don't repent to Jesus, I repent to God. So, because that's my belief. And part of my belief is that there's no compulsion in religion. Everyone can believe whatever they like and worship and practice their own religion however they like. So even though I disagree with you, I'm not going to like tell you that what you're doing is wrong, because it's your life and you believe what you believe. And so I kind of expect the same respect back here, if you don't mind. I have explored the Christian religion before, coming from the Jewish religion myself, and probably because of that, the oneness of God is probably the most important thing for me. And so, you know, I don't believe that God could be a person, as in like you and me. And so that's why I can't believe that. I'm sorry. But thanks for sharing that information with me. And, you know, I've studied this type of thing at university for different religions, and I find that what I believe suits me, and that's what I believe, and I try to practice it to the best of my ability. There's people here from all sorts of religions, and even atheists come here, and, you know, I can respect their belief, and I don't need to tell them what to do. Everyone has their own mind and their own beliefs, and there you go. Right. Are you and Whale still trying for a baby? Again, I think you can ask that question when Whale and I are together on live stream. That's a cute little question. Stop. Oh, I love babies so much. Movie Cabbage has some good movies. Jesus is your savior. Well, hey, but like I said, are you doing anything special for Easter? Do you go to church or anything? You have Pascal, Pascale. It's quite a few Christians in my family, so, you know, I'm pretty familiar. And again, you know, I explored Christianity. I went to church for a little while and explored it, studied Christianity at university, studied Islam at university. You know, can you do a home tour? Probably not right now because my husband is asleep, so that wouldn't be appropriate, but some other time, sure. I've got an old video up of that, but yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, you know, Benicular Bunny, I read a really good book years and years ago about Jesus, okay? So I'm not going to say it's to do with my religion or Islam, but back in my Jewish times, there's an author called Rabbi Shmuley, and he wrote a book, surprisingly, because he's Jewish, he wrote a book about Jesus from the perspective of Jewish people. And he used their documentation of Jesus for his book to get information for what type of person Jesus was. And I found that book so interesting. Now, I don't know how it aligns with Islam. I don't know how it aligns with Christianity. All I know is that when I read that book, I thought, oh my goodness, like, whether you agree with the opinions or anything like that, if you look at historical records of the type of person that Jesus was, it's not exactly how people portray him these days. I'm just saying. If you can find the book by Rabbi Shmuley, if you're interested in that kind of information, particularly if you're a Christian, it could open up some questions for you or reveal some information to you that you would find absolutely riveting. I'm just saying. I can't remember what the book was called. I can't remember what it's called, but Rabbi Shmuley Botich, or Botiak, depends how you pronounce it. Rabbi Shmuley Botich wrote this book about, I'm going to say the prophet Jesus, but from your perspective, not. Based on historical records. So please go and read it. You will be gobsmacked. Okay. Tiffany Dawn, mad for makeup. Oh, you do makeup? Do you have a makeup channel? What for you has been the easiest part to move to Egypt, and what has been the hardest? Oh God. Oh, so many things going through my mind right now. Wow, good question. Oh, that's a difficult question. Oh my God. Okay, the easiest part about me moving to Egypt is knowing that I am supposed to be here right now. I do not believe it was a mistake. I believe that I am meant to be here. I believe it was the correct decision to make. I believe that regardless of situation, that I'm supposed to be here, that was the easy decision. That was the easy decision. For whatever reason, not going into it, for whatever reason, that I should be here right now in this part of my life, because I was divorced. My children had grown to adults. And so technically it was just me. And I really feel like I was meant to come here. I do not regret it for any reason. I feel like I was meant to come to Egypt. It feels like a rested decision, that a restful decision, that I'm supposed to be here. I think I absolutely made the decision I should have made. And it's given me a whole new perspective on life. It really has. I can't even explain it. That's the easiest part. That's true, Benicular Bunny. Everyone can just choose. Everyone can just choose. Everyone has free will, and they can just decide for themselves. That's the most beautiful part. Shalom in the Home. Oh my God, I swear I've watched every episode of that. I used to love that show so much. You used to do makeup reviews and stuff. I don't film anymore. I got doxxed and it scared me for my kids. Don't want their information out there. Yes, so many people get doxxed. I was doxxed in Australia. I can completely identify with you. And my kids were not grown up at that stage. They were still, teenagers, teenage girls. And I had people come to my house after I was doxxed and threatened with violence at my door. All I can say is I was happy that I had 2 large dogs at the time, 2 giant breed dogs, because it made me feel very unsafe. So I can understand why you stopped. Yeah. Sometimes with YouTube, you've got to think, is it safe? Because there are people out there that will do bad things. Of course, right now I feel safe. I'm living with my husband. I don't have any children living in the house. If somebody went a bit cray-cray, got a bit obsessed or weird, I'm sure that my husband would keep me safe. But yeah, you got to be careful. There's some loonies that watch on YouTube. It's not all normal people. I mean, there are normal people, sure, like you guys, but then there's some nutcases. You got to be careful. You do. It's for real. I've had people follow me down the street and video me. It's so weird. And then I'm like, where is the footage? Where did they put it? Is it another YouTube channel? What the hell? Like, it gets weird sometimes. But it's kind of sad because, especially if you enjoyed doing the makeup reviews and that kind of thing, maybe there'll be a time where you can do it again. Do you know what I mean? Where it's safe for you, but make sure it's safe. Safety has to come first when you're on YouTube. And for anyone that says, oh, why wouldn't it be safe? Wait until you've got somebody at your door with a weapon. Like, there are some crazy people out there. No joke. Yeah, can identify. And it all starts from doxing. It's terrible. But, possibly somebody doxed you because you showed potential. Have you thought about that? Like, maybe they thought you would get bigger than them and that you could be a threat, because everybody knows, like, people will be obsessed with like 1, 2, or 3 channels, and that's where all the money will go. And so I'm not saying the people that you may be in competition with, use that lightly, but sometimes the fans, not all the fans, but the crazy ones, can get a bit weird, and yeah, doxing can be dangerous. Absolutely. It's pretty sad, really. Yeah. Mine actually happened after I refused a business deal. So I was offered a business deal. I refused it because I didn't want to work for a company. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted my channel to be under my control, that I could choose the content, that whether I get a small amount of money, no money, or a large amount, that it's all mine. Because I've heard horror stories about people that sign contracts in business on YouTube, and sometimes they can work out and be good, and other times you can just be like working like a dog, and then the company just takes all your money. And I'd already heard about this particular company, pretty much just taking like 90% of the money, and the person's just like working for nothing. So I thought, well, I don't want to work for them. And I just told them point blank. I just said, and nobody can be identified by me saying this because I had, 2 or 3 business offers. So it could be any company. I'm not referring to one in particular. But when I was offered this financial agreement for YouTube, I refused it. And then I was doxxed. And then I was threatened. You understand? And I was able to identify a couple of the people that were stalking me online, and they were associated with said company. So that just made me think, well, you know what? I made the right decision not to agree to be part of that company and not to work for those people. And of course, I make pretty much no money now, but that's not the point. The point is, I want to be able to work for myself and not answer to anybody. even if that means not making any money. The internet allows people to be anonymous. Well, yes and no. Sometimes people can give themselves away, and also there's other ways to find out things about people, even from the most unassuming account. You can still find information on people. If people are stalking you, you can find out who they are. It just takes time. And, you know, a lot of cross-referencing and quietly stalking back to find out who they are. You can find out, you know, if people can find out where you live, make no mistake, you can find out where they live. It just takes a bit of time. Oh, Tiffany, I'm going to have to make a video about that, and the video will contain a trigger warning because the outcome was a bit sad. That's all I'll say about it, because I don't want to like upset anyone. But wasabi is okay now, and I'll make a video about it for anyone that, you know, isn't triggered by it, but I'll include a trigger warning and give everyone all the information. Yeah, it ended very sadly. Yeah. Whew. Anyway, it's a bit sad, sorry. I'm sure she'll go through another cycle and, yeah, have another experience. Hopefully it'll be at a time where, you know, things go a bit better for her. Oh, that coffee was good. Yeah, I'll make a video, but I can't put the footage up of the actual birth because no, traumatizing. I had to get rid of the footage. Oh boy. But moving on. I don't mind that anyone asked, of course. I just don't want to get into it right now. It's a bit sad, sorry. Oh, bye, Joan. Bye, Joan. Have a good day, darling. Our pets are family, I get it. My dog got attacked by a bear in my backyard 6 years ago. He survived, but he was badly hurt. A bear? A bear attacked your dog? Oh my God. That sounds... Were you there when it happened? Like, did you witness it? That would have been frightening. Oh my God. Hi, Shona. How are you, darling? Yeah, and he's only 24 pounds. I was right there with him. Were you scared the bear was going to attack you as well? Did you have like bear spray? I want to know everything about what happened with the bear. Was it like a baby bear or like a big daddy bear or what? I'm good, just looking after my post-surgery pup. Is your pup okay? No, I didn't see it happen. It happened behind our pool area. It was a mama with her 2 cubs. Oh my God. Oh my God. And your dog survived the bear attack. That's amazing. Yeah, mama bears can get a bit, you know, protective of cubs, of course. But then you're going to be pretty protective of your pup. So works both ways. He'll be good, just needs time to recover. Well, that's good news. Lots of special pampering to recover. Baby bears are so cute, yeah. As long as they're not like eating your dog. Sorry, that's not funny. Yeah, they look so cute and cuddly, but I think in person, if I saw a bear, I'd be afraid. I'd be scared. But they look so beautiful. We have bears out here where we live. I wish I could keep one for a pet. Oh, that would be cool. He survived, thank goodness. The bear attacked 6 dogs in our neighborhood. I live in the city. What? Oh my God. Oh, so the bear's got like a habit of attacking dogs in that area. You are so lucky that your dog survived. So lucky. Out here where we live, yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, the scariest thing I can think of in Australia is like a giant spider. I think, but they're not cute. But then I think of a bear. If you live in a place with bears, I'd be like, oh, wow, cool bears. But then I'd be like, I'm scared of bears. You know what I mean? Yeah, poor dogs. Sure. But dogs are quite brave, aren't they? When they come, if a bear attacks them, they're quite brave. The dogs, I mean. Maybe too brave. A bear would make a great burglar alarm. Yes. Sorry, that was really stupid. Poor guy, he had it hard. He was attacked by a bear, got diabetes, went blind, developed diabetic neuropathy. He's on so many meds. Oh my God. Does he live inside because he's blind now? Like, do you keep him indoors? Or is he quite comfortable outdoors sometimes? Or what happens with him? We have deer out here. They are so friendly. We can hand feed them. Oh, I've seen deer at a petting zoo in Australia. They're so beautiful. Of course, in Australia, I hope I don't offend anyone, you can eat deer, you can eat venison. But if you don't think of it as a food, it's like a magical creature. It's like a unicorn. Deer are so beautiful. Like, they've just got that unicorn aesthetic. I don't know how to describe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, deer are kind of magical. I love them. Oh, I can feel the stress leaving my body. It's so nice to talk to you guys. It's so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate it. He's an inside dog. He was just outside to go potty when he got attacked. The blindness came from the diabetes. Yeah, that makes sense. We took him to the dog eye doctor and they did surgery and fixed his eyes. Oh, I didn't know that you can get your eyes fixed when you have diabetes. I didn't know. I just thought you would just be blind, and I had no idea. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I can understand he's an inside dog now for sure. I love nature. We have so many different kinds of animals out here. Do you have any type of like wild cats? I don't mean like pet cats. I mean like cougars or sphinxes, or do you have anything like that? I love those wild cats. They look so beautiful. Or am I talking about a different part of the world? He can see, but not at night or in bright light. I getcha. Reduced vision. But it's still good that he can see again. because that really improves the quality of life for the dog, you know? I'm so sorry what happened to your dog. Yeah, me too. We have coyotes and wolves. I keep my dog on a leash all the time when we're outside. Understandable. Foxes and wolves. Do coyotes, wolves, or foxes attack dogs in those parts? I know in Australia there's foxes in the country. We used to well, the neighbours used to collect them. They would cull them and then hang them on the fences. Just because the foxes would get into chicken coops and overnight could demolish industrial chicken sheds. So farmers would cull foxes. Foxes are so beautiful though. Maryam, how does the bread in Egypt different from Australia? Is it like texture of pita bread, or does it also have unique taste? It looks so delicious. I want to reach through the screen and eat it, lol. Well, there's a couple of different types, and I always get the wording wrong, but there's the soft white type of flatbread, and it tastes very sugary. Like bread in Egypt tastes like they put a bucket of sugar in it. I cannot even describe it. But the darker the bread, if it's not white and it's pita bread style, it's more kind of like a grainy texture on the outside. And the bread is a little bit harder and it's a darker bread. And it's usually less preferred, and most people prefer the white, sugary tasting Cobb's bread or flatbread. Personally, I prefer the brown or the dark grainy type because I've always liked dark breads. Particularly, they're good for digestion. Do you know what I mean? And also with sugar problems, if I eat white bread, I regret it later. But yeah, definitely different from Australian Cobb's. Australian is more like Lebanese style rather than Egyptian. And I think the pita bread is more thick in Australia. This is kind of like papery thin. You know, when you have the double-sided and it's joined up kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's different. It's not the same. It's not the same. All of those would attack your dogs, especially little dogs. Is the bread a staple in the diet? The bread is, other than rice, I feel like the bread is the biggest staple in Egypt. To not have bread with your meal would be really rare. Especially as, you eat a lot with your hands, and quite often, you might scoop up the food with a piece of ripped off bread. And so the bread doubles as your utensil and then you eat it. Yeah, it does need to be in its own food group for sure. I really I think it's from Holland. In Australia, I used to it's not called black bread, but it looks black. It's so dark, and it comes in a loaf, and you slice it, and it's quite small, and it's really strong flavored because the grains are so dark. I love dark bread, energy wise, flavor wise, and it's not sugary, it's slightly salty. I love that bread. I can't remember what it's called. But here, yeah, people favor the white bread, the sugary white bread. And whenever I say it's so sugary, everyone's like, what are you talking about? It's no sugar. But there has to be. It tastes like sugar. It tastes like Wonder White if you made it into flatbread. There's no way there's no sugar in it. There's no way. Yeah, if you like sweet bread, Egypt is the place to come. Yeah, well, I mean, there's foods here that, you could definitely gain weight with, but I'm just eating foods in combinations and amounts that are amicable for weight loss. But certainly, if you ate out or if you had some really heavy kind of meals here, you could gain weight for sure very easily. I'm just being really careful with what I have. Yes, pumpernickel, that's what it is. Oh, I love pumpernickel bread. Everyone thinks I'm crazy for liking it, but I love it. Absolutely adore pumpernickel. I love having a piece of pumpernickel with, a cup of tea or coffee. It could just be a whole meal for me, just a slice of pumpernickel. And I tried to find it here, and I said, do you have pumpernickel bread here? And everyone was like, what is that? Why is the bread black? Like, again, white bread is favored here. And I'm not against white bread. Oh, there's nothing nicer than a bit of white bread, garlic bread. Do you know what I mean? I love that. Oh, but just as a general rule, if I can choose between white bread and dark bread, I'll always choose the dark bread. I like the flavor of the grain better. But here it's considered like, it's the cheap bread, or it's not as good because it's not white bread, but I like it. I really like eating pumpernickel black bread with sardines or olives, something like oily or gamey, Oh, so nice. I miss it. Stop, you're making me hungry. You're making me hangry. I'm fasting. What are you doing? The other day, oh my God, the other day I had okra. I was at my mother-in-law's house and my husband had made, it's called bamia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And it's basically like okra in a garlicky tomato homemade sauce. Oh my God, it was so good. And it's served with rice. And of course, I had a little bit of rice, and I just had a very small bowl because, I'm cutting, okay? I'm cutting the calories. And it's one of my favorite things to eat. And it was so difficult not to eat more. I wanted to eat a bucket of this bamya because it was good. It was good. But I restricted myself and I don't regret it. Do you have any hobbies where you make things? Do you have any hobbies crafting, knitting? I would love to see if you do. I've been thinking about taking up hobbies again. I can't decide which one. It's funny you should say that because my friend that I talk to online sometimes, she said to me, I don't know, a little while ago, that I should take up a hobby or something to keep myself busy. And she did suggest, like craft ideas like that, like knitting or that kind of thing. And I have done it in the past and I really enjoyed it, but so many years ago, like back in the day, I used to have a sewing machine. I would make clothing, crafts, things, pillowcases, handbags, stuff like that. Haven't done that for so many years. I used to crochet. I did go through a couple of painting stages. You know what I'd really, really like to do, and I can't do it right now, but I'd really like to do it. But I can't do it because I would need to purchase like some items that I can't really purchase right now. But I would love to get like old pieces of furniture, fix them, like if they're damaged, sand them back, take the layers of whatever they've got on them off, and like redesign the decoration of them, like repaint them or, stain them a nice color, put like art deco stuff on them or, stuff like that. I'm really interested in that. But you kind of need to have the tools to start with, and that could be a bit too expensive, I think. But yeah, if I could do anything, I would do that. What would you call that? Like furniture design or reconstruction, or I don't know. I have to pick a cheaper hobby. It's too expensive. Have you seen the videos where people do that with old furniture and then they get like the gold leaf and they paint, they like put the, I don't know what's called, gold leaf. It's like a foil of gold, and they put it on the furniture and they brush it off onto the pattern of what they want, and it has like gold detail on the edging. And oh, I'd love to do that so much. Refinishing. Yeah, that's probably what it's called. I never know the words for anything, I swear. Yeah, other than that, I do enjoy writing. Yeah, I'm an unpublished author. Um, I really I really need to get back into that. I adore writing. I absolutely adore it. But yeah, I do want to get into some kind of craft where I am using my hands. Do you know what I mean? It's good to occupy the mind a little bit. You look great. I think it's wonderful you're able to better health from instant diet. American diet makes it hard to slim down. I think it's same with the Australian diet. Yeah, same. Will you be celebrating Easter this weekend? No. But anyone that's celebrating Easter, happy Easter, and I hope it's really great for you guys and you do some fun stuff. I remember when I was a kid, I do have some Christian family, and we would do like, what's it called, where you get the eggs and you put them in the color dye and then you decorate them and paint them. I used to love doing that. And cooking Easter foods. So nice. Yeah, I won't be doing that. But if you guys are doing anything for Easter, happy Easter. I hope you enjoy. I hope you get some chocolate. 5 antioxidants and vitamin C, K, and A. Yeah, I just love okra. I swear I could eat okra every day. And you could make it 20 different ways too. It's so nice. My voice calms you down? Are you serious? Anybody that's ever given me feedback about my voice, they're like, oh my God, you're so annoying. I find that so surprising. Probably the cheapest craft that I could do would be knitting. And I haven't done knitting for so many years that honestly, I don't remember how to do it. I would have to relearn it again. But probably that would be the cheapest craft to do. Probably. Like, what do you need? Some knitting needles, and some wool. I mean, they've got to be cheap items, right? It's probably the cheapest craft to do. If I try to do it again and I do it on YouTube, you're welcome to laugh at me. Your attitude towards other religions is what we need more of in this world. Why is it so hard for some people? I think, well, the reason why I have this attitude of openness towards respecting other people's beliefs is because even in my own religion, there is no compulsion in religion. You're not supposed to force anyone. You can't make anyone. Like, if you were to force someone to go to your religion, is it genuine? Do they actually believe? Do you know what I mean? So, God, from my perspective, gives everyone free will. And that just means everyone can choose and decide. Everyone can do what they like. Everyone can believe what they like. Do you know what I'm saying? And so if God says that, then who am I to say otherwise? And who am I to say that I know everything and I'm smarter than everybody else? Because I'm not. I mean, we're all just like an amalgamation of our life experiences and our viewpoint from those experiences. I will be making or hosting a dinner for my family. Ooh, what you cooking? Do you know what you're cooking yet? Have you been doing pre-cooking, or you just going to do it all like on the day? That sounds like really fun. Drawing or painting might be affordable too. Knitting can get expensive with the price of yarn. Well, I haven't really looked around in Egypt as per the pricing of yarn. I just haven't done that. Might have to look. I have considered like jewelry making and that kind of thing, but I don't know, my hands are not always dexterous because I can get a bit shaky and I kind of feel like I'm not going to be real great at that. Do you know what I mean? And I have considered candle making and like decorating glass jars and stuff like that. I'd really like to make some long burning candles. And have you seen those women online that they get like an old glass jar, could be anything like a spaghetti sauce jar or anything, clean it out, it's clear glass, and then they'll like put pressed flowers on it and like put lacquer over it and put like battery fairy lights inside. Or another one is you get like just clippings of flowers, like maybe you get a rose, a bit of this flower and that flower, a bit of a green sprig, put it in the jar and then just fill it up with baby oil and put the lid on. And apparently it will stay fresh in the baby oil for a whole year. I'd love to do that. Even just one jar would be so pretty. Ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, baked macaroni and cheese, deviled eggs, rolls and sugared pecan carrot cake. Oh my God, stop. Yum. Probably my favorite out of that would either be the deviled eggs or the mashed potatoes. I love a good side dish. Do you know what I mean? Love a good side dish. That sounds amazing. How long will it take you to cook all those things? Are you buying the cake or cooking the cake? What's happening? That sounds like a lot. Is anyone helping you to cook, or is it just you? You make it all on the day? Oh, damn. Oh, I'd be going for the mashed potatoes. I'm obsessed with potatoes. Yum. I know a lot of people like a good ham. I'm just going to say it. Especially with green beans and mashed potatoes. Making the cake in the morning, the rest in the afternoon. Yeah, then the cake would have like, how do you say this? It would have sat. No, it wouldn't be set. It would have like, cake tastes better. Like it's nice when you eat it immediately, but if it's sat there all day, it's going to really settle and it's going to be perfect. I know it. Yum. 3 hours to make the cake. Rip and beauty, mate. That's going to be a good cake. Masterpiece, I bet. Wow, so your family's getting a bit spoilt then. And Easter's obviously very big in your family. That's cool that you get to host it. I love that. I'd love to do something like that, but like if I had good cooking equipment, I'd love to do something like that. Oh my God. That sounds so yummy. How are you going to resist eating it when you're cooking it? Are you going to take little taste tests? You'll be like, you know, the ham is perfectly cooked, but I need to like just get a bit of the edge. Is it crispy enough? Do you know what I mean? Or the mashed potato, you'll be like, it looks perfect, but I just get just a little spoon of this. Do you do that? Or do you just know it's perfect and you stop and you put it aside? There's two different types of cooking there. I'm the taste tester. I can't cook something and then not taste test it while I'm cooking it. I'm just like eating it the whole time. Your sons are getting married soon, so I know they will want to host their own dinners soon. Oh, yeah, well, congratulations for your sons getting married soon. That's a bit exciting. That's the beautiful thing about family celebrations. Like, celebrating with food is such a fun thing to do. I love that. Love that so much. Major sweet tooth, so the cake is my favorite part. Yeah, I bet. Especially cooking it in the morning and then waiting until the very end, like, woo. Nice. Sounds way too good. Way too good. Oh, I don't know how often like is normal to think about cake, but quite literally, I think about cake every day. I rarely eat cake. It is very rare for me to eat cake, but when I do, I'm just like, oh my God, I've died and gone to heaven. It doesn't matter what type of cake it is. I'm like, I'm eating cake. Do you know what I mean? And if I'm to walk to a cake shop, because I don't get it very often, I'm like, oh my God, triple layer cream, fudge, this, whatever. I'm just like, oh, cake. What's your favorite thing to cook or bake? Well, I don't have an oven right now. I did before, but we sold it off. And but if I had one right now and I could cook anything, probably if it was something savory, I would make my grandmother's lasagna because it's just so decadent. Lasagna is not my favoriteest of favorite foods, but I do love it, especially my grandmother's recipe. It is so good. And I always make it like bigger in size than she used to make it. And so like I double, quadruple all the ingredients and I make it massive. Like it's huge. It's like a slab. Do you know what I mean? But it's the same like recipe combination. So if it was something savory, I would make lasagna, Sicilian lasagna. And if it was something sweet, let me think. Oh, this is a hard one for me. Mm, mm. Oh, there's too many choices. Let me think. Something sweet. I have to think about it for a minute. I'll let you know in a minute. My brain's all foggy. I know. Okay, now I've never actually done this before. I've never baked this before myself, okay? But it's something I really, really like. And when you buy it, it's either really good or it's shit, and you're like, this is not even, you can't even name this thing because they've done it wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, once you've tasted your favorite version of it, it's either meets the standard or it doesn't. I would choose to bake Black Forest cake. Now, I like the big Black Forest cakes where they've got the good size on them, not like this flat shit, okay? And you got to use the actual cherry liqueur with real cherries that have been like cooked down and sugared down, do you know what I mean? And the chocolate has to be right and the cream has to be peaky. Like everything has to be perfect on that cake. Do you know what I mean? And I've never made it myself. I've made a cherry cake before, a chocolate cherry cake, but not an actual Black Forest cake. But oh my gosh, there was this place I used to get Black Forest cake from, called the Cheesecake Shop in Australia, and it was perfect. But then they changed the recipe and the appearance of the cake, and I tried it and I was so disappointed. I was like, I'm sorry, Cheesecake Shop, I'm never buying that Black Forest cake again from them in Australia again, because when they changed the recipe, they ruined it. They absolutely, it was before, it was the best place to get it from. It was the same as if you got it from like a German or Hungarian bakery. It was perfect. And I think they changed it because maybe cost cutting. It was an expensive cake to make. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would make. Or, although it's not baking, it's more frying, probably I would make cannoli. I used to love making cannoli, and there's so many different ways to make cannoli. Just the regular sized ones, not the jumbo ones or the mini ones, just the regular sized ones. They're so nice. And especially making them from scratch. Like I said, it's not really baking, it's more like frying. There's nothing better than a good canola. Oh my God. And so I can't even tell you what my favorite flavor is. I just love eating cannoli. Gnocchi soup, triple chocolate brownies with walnuts. Oh my God. Stop. I used to hate gnocchi when I was a child. I hated it. My grandmother used to make me eat it, and she'd make it from scratch. And I was like, I'm sorry, like, I love your cooking and it's so good, but oh no. Like, no, I think it was more the texture that I didn't like. I was like, why am I eating? Like, maybe as a child it gave me the ick, but as an adult, I don't mind eating it, but I don't choose it for myself. Does that make sense? But brownies, hello. Chocolate cake, yeah. Cannolis are so good. My son got me cannoli cake. A cannoli cake? I've heard about those. Yummy. Connecticut one year. Is that where they've got all the separate cannolo and it's stacked up to make a cake? Or is it like a cannoli flavored cake? Like in layers? What is it? I'm getting some messages from my daughter. She probably wants a phone call in a minute. Tell me about this cannoli cake, quick. It's layered cannolis. Ooh. Ooh. Yummy. Oh my God. Oh God. Something's happening with my daughter. Something about ants. Oh God. Yeah, I'm going to have to phone her in a minute. Yeah, there are some specialty Italian and sometimes Sicilian cannoli stores that specialize in wedding cakes and that type of thing in Australia, and I've explored them at different points in my life. And I have to say, especially when my grandmother was, a bit old and she was unable to do cooking anymore, those shops are just elite. But I ended up not being able to like buy anything from them because my allergies at the time made it too dangerous for me, so I couldn't. But oh, some of them look so good. Have you seen the ones where they make like each cannolo and it's layered up like a cake, and then they make a giant cannolo shell and it's like a basket, and then they wrap it up with like a ribbon. Have you seen those? Oh, they look so pretty and delicious. I don't think I could make cannolis with the hot plate I've got because it wouldn't get the oil hot enough to make the shells. But eventually, if I get a gas stove, that would be something that's really easy to make. It just needs to be hot enough. Oh yeah, I'd choose to make cannolis. Lasagna and cannolis, the perfect meal. Of course, you'd have to make some garlic bread, obviously. Have a little side dish of delicious olives and things like that. Yeah, I think they're mainly used for weddings and, you know, if a baby's born and christenings and that type of thing. Guys, I'm really sorry. I have to go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that were good choices, weren't they? I think I have to go now because I'm probably going to be ringing my daughter. She's sending me some messages about some kind of. All I saw was there's ants everywhere. There's an infestation of ants. I'm like, I don't know if she'll answer the call because she's dealing with ants, or if I need to message her, or if I'm going to be live video calling her and witnessing the ant apocalypse. I don't know what's going on. But thanks for talking to me, besties. You've really cheered me up and I feel so much better. Thank you. And I hope you all have a great day or evening. And hopefully we can live stream again. And I'll catch you in the next one, besties. Bye. I can't even remember how to turn it off. It's been that long. I'm a dum-dum. Okay. Bye, besties.